AI. It's everywhere. But can it replace your therapist? Let's get into it. Hi, I'm Dr. Dona, youth and adult psychiatrist, here to discuss all things mental health and wellness related. I love exploring new tools that can make mental health care more accessible, and AI is literally everywhere right now. From chatbots that promise emotional support to apps that claim to replace therapy, it's tempting to wonder if technology can really do the job of a real therapist. But today, I want to talk about a really important truth. AI is not therapy, and I want to share why relying on it can sometimes be risky, especially if you or someone you love is struggling with their mental health. I completely understand the appeal. AI feels safe. It's anonymous, you don't have to schedule an appointment, and you don't have to risk being vulnerable in front of a real person. It's always available at 2 a.m. when your mind just won't turn off. But therapy isn't just about information or advice. If it were Google or ChatGPT would be all that we needed, then that would be a problem. Therapy is about relationships, accountability, and nuance. It's about sitting with someone who is trained to notice patterns, reflect back your emotions, and help you grow. Even the NHS in the UK has recently issued warnings about relying on chatbots for therapy. They found that these tools can sometimes give misleading advice or even accidentally reinforce delusional thinking, and that can be dangerous. Let's start with the first big reason AI isn't therapy. Therapy is more than just words on a screen. Imagine this. A teenager types into a chat box, "I feel like I don't want to be here anymore." The AI might respond with a comforting script like, "I'm sorry you feel that way. You're not alone." That sounds nice, but it stops there. A trained clinician, therapist, or psychiatrist, on the other hand, will hear that statement and immediately know that we need to assess for safety and safety planning. Are there actual suicidal thoughts? Is there a plan? Is that person in immediate danger? What supports do they have in place? That kind of layered, compassionate risk assessment simply cannot be done by an algorithm. Therapy also involves nonverbal cues, the way your voice changes, your posture, your facial expression. A therapist can notice your words say, "I'm fine," but your body language says something completely different. AI just can't pick that up. What are some risks of AI in mental health? Now let's talk about the risks of leaning on AI for mental health. The first risk is misinformation. We already know that over half of mental health content on TikTok contains misinformation or oversimplification. Since AI is trained on that same internet content, it can easily repeat myths or half-truths. The second risk is oversimplification. AI isn't going to consider your trauma history, your cultural background, your medical conditions, or the fact that you might be caring for 2 kids and working 2 jobs. Therapy is personalized and AI is generic. The third risk is false reassurance or even harm. For example, if someone is experiencing paranoia and a type of delusional belief, and they put it into the chat box, the AI might accidentally validate that belief instead of correcting it, and it could feed the psychosis. And finally, there are privacy concerns. Do you really know where your data is going when you type your deepest struggles into a free app? With a licensed professional, your information is confidential and protected by law. With AI tools, that's not always guaranteed. When can AI actually be helpful? Now, I don't want you to think AI has no place in mental health, because I truly do think it does. But there are areas where it can be a helpful tool as long as it's not the main source of care. AI can give you journaling prompts or reflection questions. It can provide basic psychoeducation about conditions like anxiety or depression, and it can help you track your mood or set reminders to take your medications. These are all great things as long as we remember that they are adjuncts and not complete replacements for real therapy. Think of AI like a mental health assistant. It can support you, but it can't do the deep healing work that comes from a human connection. So what does real therapy actually provide? Let's contrast that with what you get in real therapy. You get a safe, non-judgmental space to be fully yourself. You get accountability, someone checking in with you, remembering your progress, and helping you move forward. You get personalized skills, whether it's CBT techniques, mindfulness strategies, or psychodynamic exploration. If you need it, you get medication management with careful monitoring as well too. And maybe, most importantly, you get a human being who notices the little things, your tone, your hesitations, your small wins, and reflect them back to you. The relationship is the treatment. It's what heals. So here's the big takeaway. AI is an exciting tool. It can support your mental wellness in small ways, but it's not therapy. It cannot replace the healing that happens when 2 people sit together, whether in person or virtually, and build trust, connection, and growth. If you're struggling with depression, anxiety, trauma, or anything else that feels overwhelming, please don't rely on AI alone. Reach out to a licensed professional, like myself, a psychiatrist and therapist. And if you ever have thoughts of hurting yourself, please call or text 988 in the United States to connect with the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline right away. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Have you ever tried a mental health app or chat box? Did it help or did it fall short? Share it in the comments below. I will also say that I've had patients who have shared that they've used AI in the past, and yes, it does have some utility, but this is where I'm going to say always in conjunction with a licensed professional. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Together, we can spread awareness, fight stigma, and remind people help and hope are out there. Have a great rest of your day.